You've spoken your truth. You've affirmed your power. And now, as you prepare to step fully into your day, there is one final act that will anchor everything you've built. Nourishment. Not just physical, but emotional, mental, and spiritual. This is the moment where most people fall back into old patterns, grabbing whatever is convenient, feeding their cravings instead of their potential, and unknowingly sabotaging their energy before their most important work even begins. But not you. You know better. You understand that food is fuel, not just for your body, but for your mind, your mood, your ability to focus, to lead, to create, to fight for the life you want. So you make a choice, not based on habit, not based on convenience, but based on intention. You eat like someone who refuses to settle, like someone who knows that greatness starts from within, like someone who understands that what you put in your body determines how you show up for the rest of your life. This is not about perfection. It's about respect for yourself, for your goals, for the version of you that deserves to feel strong, energized, and unstoppable. So you choose whole foods, protein, healthy fats, nutrient-dense choices that keep your brain sharp and your energy steady. You avoid sugar crashes. You reject empty calories. You refuse to start your day with something that weakens you before you've even begun. Because here's the truth. Your morning meal sets the tone for every decision that follows. If you begin with discipline, you stay disciplined. If you start with clarity, you maintain clarity. If you feed your body well, your mind follows. But if you give in to impulse, if you reach for comfort over control, the pattern spreads. One poor choice leads to another. One moment of weakness becomes a full day of surrender. So ask yourself, who do you want to be today? Someone ruled by cravings, or someone ruled by purpose? Someone who gives in, or someone who leads? Because this is your chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of making good decisions, not because they're easy, but because they matter, because you deserve to feel your best, because you have things to accomplish, because your dreams require energy, and energy starts here. Eat like someone who has big goals. Eat like someone who values performance over pleasure. Eat like someone who understands that success isn't just about what you do, it's about how you show up to do it. Your body is your machine. Treat it like one, fuel it with intention, respect it with action, and watch how quickly everything else in your life begins to align. Because when you take care of yourself first, everything else follows. Your thinking clears, your confidence rises, your motivation strengthens. You no longer feel sluggish, scattered, or stuck. You feel powerful, present, ready. And that readiness, that strength, that clarity, it carries you forward into the rest of your day with unshakable momentum. Stay focused. Stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in but haven't fully become yet. You've eaten with intention. You've fueled your body, sharpened your mind, and strengthened your spirit. And now as the world begins to rise around you, there is one final act that will seal everything you've built. Reflection. Not just any reflection, not idle thinking or passing thoughts, but deep, intentional, powerful reflection on what truly matters to you. Because here's the truth, if you don't know what you stand for, you'll fall for anything. So ask yourself, not what others expect of you, not what society demands, but what do you believe? What values define who you are when no one is watching? Integrity, growth, freedom, service, family, purpose. These are not just words, they are the compass by which you lead your life. They are the foundation upon which every decision must be built. And if you haven't clarified them yet, now is the time. Because success without alignment is empty. Achievement without meaning fades fast. You can build a life that looks impressive from the outside, but if it doesn't feel right on the inside, it will never satisfy you. That's why the most fulfilled people aren't necessarily the richest, the loudest, or the most famous. They're the ones who live by design, not default, who make choices based on principle, not pressure, who stay grounded in their values even when the world tries to pull them off course. So take this moment seriously. Don't rush through it. Let the question settle deep in your chest. What do I truly stand for? Not what did someone teach you? Not what do you think you should say, but what do you know beyond doubt is non-negotiable for you? Because when you live aligned with your core values, you stop seeking approval. You stop wasting energy fighting yourself. You stop feeling lost. You become someone who moves through life with clarity, confidence, and conviction. And that kind of person doesn't just survive, they thrive. They make better decisions. They speak with more authority. They walk away from what doesn't serve them. They show up fully for what does. Because they know who they are. And they refuse to compromise that truth for anything less than what they deserve. So don't skip this step. Don't treat it like an abstract idea. Write down your values, speak them aloud, let them guide your next move. Because every habit you've built so far, waking with purpose, hydrating with care, moving with strength, breathing with control, reading with hunger, planning with precision, all of it means nothing if it doesn't align with who you truly are. This is your life, your legacy, your power, and you get to decide what kind of person you are becoming. One choice at a time, one value at a time, one morning at a time. Stay focused, stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in, but haven't fully become yet. You've built something powerful. You've woken with purpose. You've moved your body, controlled your breath, grounded yourself in gratitude, and clarified your vision. You've written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken your affirmations, nourished your body, and reflected on what truly matters. And now, as you stand at the edge of full transformation, there is one final act that will bring everything together. Ritual, not just routine, not just habit. Ritual, a moment so deeply personal, so emotionally charged, so intentionally crafted that it becomes sacred. Something that belongs to you alone. Something that reminds you every single morning who you are, why you rise, and what kind of life you're building. Because here's the truth. Rituals don't just shape your day, they shape your identity. They define the person you are becoming before the world gets its chance to redefine you. So ask yourself, what does your morning feel like? Is it rushed, mechanical, empty, or is it meaningful? Is it something you look forward to? Something that fuels not just your productivity, but your soul? Because success isn't just about achievement. It's about fulfillment. It's about waking up each day, not just with a checklist, but with a sense of purpose, of connection, of deep alignment with the life you are creating. That's why you must create a ritual that feels sacred, that feels personal, or that feels powerful. Whether it's lighting a candle, sipping tea, meditating for 5 minutes, or simply sitting in silence with your thoughts, do something that signals to yourself, this is my time, my space, my power hour. No distractions, no noise, just you, stepping fully into the version of yourself that no one else sees, but everyone eventually feels. Because rituals give rhythm to your day. They offer comfort in chaos. They provide consistency in uncertainty. Anthropologists have found that human beings thrive on ritual. It stabilizes our emotions, strengthens our sense of self, and builds emotional endurance. It's not about perfection. It's about presence, about showing up for yourself in a way that says, I matter. And when you start your day like that, everything else follows. So don't treat your morning like just another part of your day. Treat it like the foundation of your entire life. Build it with intention, fill it with meaning, make it yours. Because when you create a ritual that feeds your spirit, you build resilience, you build confidence, you build momentum that carries you through everything else. This is your sanctuary, your reset button, your daily declaration that you refuse to live on autopilot, that you choose to lead your own life, that you are not just going through the motions, you are shaping them. Stay focused, stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in, but haven't fully become yet. You've built a morning that doesn't just wake you up, it wakes up the version of yourself that has been waiting to lead. You've created ritual, reflection, nourishment, and clarity. But now comes the moment where most people lose everything they've gained. The moment where distractions return, temptations rise, and the pull of old habits tries to drag you back into the life you're trying so hard to leave behind. Don't let it happen. Don't give away your attention like it means nothing. Because it means everything. Every notification, every unnecessary tab, every mindless scroll is a theft of your most valuable resource, your focus. And if you allow distraction to creep in now, after all you've built, you will sabotage the momentum you worked so hard to create. So protect this space. Protect this power. Guard your attention like it is the gateway to everything you want. Distraction is not harmless. It is not just background noise. It is the enemy of progress. Multitasking is a myth. Real success comes from singular focus, from giving your full presence to what matters most. That's why elite performers eliminate every possible interference before they begin their work. They know that attention is not just something you have, it's something you must control. And you right here, right now, have everything it takes to take back yours. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary apps, remove temptation before it gets a chance to whisper in your ear. Give yourself permission to be fully present, not just with your body, but with your mind. Because when you do, something powerful happens. Your thinking sharpens, your energy rises, your confidence grows. You stop wasting mental energy fighting distractions and start using that energy to build something incredible instead. This is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional, about choosing to live on purpose instead of by accident, about refusing to let the world hijack your time, your thoughts, or your potential. You are not here to drift. You are here to dominate, to lead your own life, to show up as the strongest version of yourself, not sometimes, but every single day. So ask yourself, what steals your attention the most? What pulls you off course before you even get started? Identify it, remove it, replace it with discipline, with structure, with unshakable focus. Because once you learn how to control your attention, you gain control over everything else. Your decisions, your emotions, your results, your life. And that kind of control is not restrictive. It is liberating. It gives you the freedom to create without interruption, to think without noise, to act without hesitation. That is the power of deep, undivided focus. And it is available to you right now if you are brave enough to claim it. Stay focused, stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in, but haven't fully become yet. You've built something incredible. You've woken up with purpose, moved your body, controlled your breath, grounded yourself in gratitude, clarified your vision, written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken your affirmations, nourished your body, reflected on your values, created ritual, and eliminated distraction. And now, as you stand at the edge of full transformation, there is one final truth you must face. None of this matters if you don't do it again tomorrow. Because success is not built in a single morning. It is built in the quiet repetition of choices no one else sees. In the discipline to show up even when motivation fades. In the courage to keep going even when progress feels slow. Consistency is not just a habit. It is the foundation of everything you want. It is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Those who give up from those who never stop rising. So don't wait for perfect days. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Don't wait for some distant future where you finally get it right. Start now, start messy, start tired, start unsure, just start. Because the difference between failure and success is not talent. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's consistency. Small actions repeated daily create massive results. That's how mountains are moved. That's how empires are built. That's how ordinary people become unstoppable. And here's the deeper truth. You don't need to be better than everyone else. You only need to be better than you were yesterday. One more step, one more choice, one more morning where you refuse to quit. That's all it takes to change everything. Because growth compounds. Discipline builds momentum. Every time you choose consistency over perfection, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are committed, that you are becoming someone worth becoming. Don't let setbacks define you. Don't let missed mornings derail you. Life will test your routine. Emergencies will come. Travel will disrupt. Fatigue will hit. That's normal. That's human. What matters is not whether you fall. It's whether you get back up. Whether you return to your habits without guilt, without delay, without waiting for the right moment. Because the only wrong way to begin again is not beginning at all. This is your life, your power, your potential. And every morning is another chance to claim it, to shape it, to live it. So commit to showing up, not just once, but every single day. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Because you deserve the life you've been dreaming of. And that life begins with the decision to be consistent, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when part of you wants to quit. Because deep down, you already know the truth. You are not meant to settle. You are not meant to drift. You are not meant to live small. You are meant to rise again and again, no matter what, no matter when, no matter how long it takes. Stay focused, stay present. Because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in but haven't fully become yet. You've built the foundation. You've woken with purpose, moved with intention, breathed with control, and grounded yourself in gratitude. Or you've clarified your vision, written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken affirmations, nourished your body, reflected on your values, created ritual, eliminated distraction, and committed to consistency. And now, as you stand at the edge of transformation, there is one final act that will carry everything forward. Celebration. Not just at the end of a perfect week or after some massive win, but here, now, in the quiet of the morning when no one else is watching. Celebrate every single habit you've completed, every glass of water, every stretch, every deep breath, every word you wrote, every affirmation you spoke. Because celebration is not about grandeur, it's about recognition. It's about acknowledging that you showed up, that you chose growth over comfort, that you took action when part of you wanted to wait. Psychology confirms that celebrating small wins increases motivation, builds confidence, and reinforces positive behavior. Dopamine surges when you acknowledge progress, making you more likely to continue the habit tomorrow. So don't wait for the finish line to feel proud. Celebrate the process. Celebrate the effort. Celebrate the fact that you are doing what most people only dream of, building a life of discipline, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. Because here's the truth. Success is not a moment. It is a collection of daily choices. And every choice you make in alignment with your goals deserves recognition. Not because you need validation from the world, but because you deserve to know how far you've come, how much stronger you've become, how much closer you are to the person you were meant to be. So take a second, close your eyes if it helps. Feel the energy rising inside you. This is not just another morning routine. It is proof that you are becoming someone new, someone who doesn't wait for change to happen, but creates it. Someone who leads their own life instead of letting life lead them. Someone who understands that greatness is not given, it is built, one powerful decision at a time. And that power, that strength, that clarity, it does not belong to someone else. It belongs to you right now. In this moment, in every morning, you choose to rise again. So don't downplay what you've done today. Don't dismiss it as just another step. It is the step that leads to the next, and the next, and the next, until one day you look back and realize how far you've come, not because of one giant leap, but because of the rhythm of your daily choices. Stay focused, stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in but haven't fully become yet. You've built something powerful. You've woken with purpose, moved with strength, breathed with control, and grounded yourself in gratitude. You've clarified your vision, written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken your affirmations, nourished your body, reflected on your values, created ritual, eliminated distraction, committed to consistency, and celebrated every step forward. And now, as you stand at the edge of full transformation, there is one final truth you must embrace. None of this would matter if you kept it to yourself, because growth was never meant to be silent. Progress was never meant to stay hidden. The power you've built each morning was never just for you. It was meant to ripple outward, to inspire, to influence, to create space for others to rise alongside you. That's why you must share your journey. Not for validation, not for attention, but for accountability. Because when you speak your goals into existence, when you tell someone what you're building, you make it real. Once it's real, it becomes unstoppable. Research shows that public commitment increases goal completion rates by over 65%. It's not about impressing others. It's about creating a force stronger than willpower alone, a force called responsibility. When you tell someone you trust what you're doing, when you write it down and send it out, you build a bridge between intention and action. You stop hiding behind excuses. You stop pretending. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. Because now someone else knows what you've committed to. And that knowledge fuels your discipline in ways silence never could. So don't keep your dreams locked inside. Don't whisper them only to yourself in the quiet of the morning. Say them out loud, write them down, share them with someone who believes in you, or better yet, find someone who rises early, who fights for their own transformation, and walk this path together. Accountability builds strength. Support builds resilience. Community builds momentum. And momentum is what carries you forward when motivation fades. Because here's the deeper truth. No one changes their life alone. Even the strongest leaders have mentors. Even the most disciplined minds have partners. Even the most successful people have teams pulling them forward. You were never meant to do this in isolation. Growth thrives in connection. Courage grows when shared. And the more you surround yourself with those who refuse to settle, the harder it becomes to fall back into old patterns. So reach out, speak up, invite others into your journey, not because you need them to carry you, but because their presence reminds you why you started. Because when you share your goals, you create a network of energy that pushes you further than you ever could go alone. And that energy, that support, that shared fire, it doesn't just lift you. It lifts everyone around you. Stay focused. Stay present. Because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in, but haven't fully become yet. You've built something real. You've woken with purpose, moved with intention, breathed with control, grounded yourself in gratitude, clarified your vision, written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken affirmations, nourished your body, reflected on your values, created ritual, eliminated distraction, committed to consistency, celebrated progress, and shared your journey with others. And now, as you stand at the edge of full transformation, there is one final act that will ensure everything continues to grow: tracking. Not just casually noticing progress, not just hoping you're improving, but actively measuring it, recording every habit completed, every glass of water, every stretch, every deep breath, every word written, every affirmation spoken, because what gets measured gets improved, what gets tracked gets strengthened, and what gets recorded becomes undeniable proof that you are becoming someone worth becoming. Studies confirm this. People who track their habits are more than twice as likely to succeed in building lasting change. Why? Because tracking increases self-awareness. It reveals patterns. It exposes weaknesses. It shows where you thrive and where you need to push harder. It removes guesswork. It gives you clarity. And most importantly, it keeps you honest. Not with anyone else, but with yourself. So create a habit tracker, use a journal, a digital app, whatever works for you. Just make sure it's visible, make sure it's consistent, or make sure it holds you accountable. Every morning, check off what you've done. Don't punish failure, acknowledge it, adjust, and return stronger. Because tracking isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about seeing how often you show up, how many times you choose yourself, how many mornings you refuse to waste. And when you look back after a week, a month, 3 months, you won't just see numbers. You'll see strength. You'll see discipline. You'll see resilience. You'll see proof that you didn't wait for motivation to strike. You didn't wait for perfect conditions. You didn't wait for someday. You started. You kept going. You built something unshakable. Because here's the deeper truth. Success is not just about what you achieve. It's about what you maintain. And when you track your habits daily, you build the kind of consistency that leads to mastery. That leads to transformation. That leads to a life where you don't just hope for change. You create it, own it, and live it. So don't skip this step. Don't treat it like an afterthought. Tracking is not just data. It is fuel. It is motivation. It is the mirror that shows you who you really are. Someone who doesn't give up, someone who follows through. Someone who refuses to let another day go to waste, because every check mark is a victory. Every streak is proof of discipline. Every recorded habit is a brick in the foundation of the life you want. Stay focused, stay present, because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in but haven't fully become yet. Life will test your routine. It will not ask for permission. It will not warn you before it throws obstacles in your path. There will be mornings when your alarm rings and you've barely slept. Mornings when someone needs you before you've had a chance to ground yourself. When travel disrupts your space. When emergencies demand your energy before you've had time to claim it. And in those moments, the strength of your habit will be measured not by how perfectly you follow it, but by how well you adapt. Because here's the truth. Consistency is not about rigid repetition. It's about flexible commitment. It's about showing up even when things change. Even when life pushes you off course. Successful people don't stick to their habits because everything goes according to plan. They do it because they expect disruptions and prepare for them. They know that resilience isn't built in perfect conditions. It's built in the mess, in the chaos, in the moments where giving up feels easier than continuing forward. So don't let imperfection become an excuse for quitting. Don't let one missed morning turn into two. Don't let a single setback define your entire week. If you sleep in, wake up and hydrate anyway. If you're traveling, find a way to move your body in your hotel room. If you can't journal at dawn, do it before bed. The structure may shift, but the intention remains. Because discipline is not about doing the same thing every day. It's about doing what matters most, no matter what. And here's what separates those who maintain their power from those who lose it. They never fully disconnect from their habits. Even on the hardest days, they find a way to stay connected to the core of what they've built. A few deep breaths if they can't meditate. A moment of gratitude if they can't write it down. A short walk if they can't exercise fully. These are not failures. They are acts of resilience. They're proof that they refuse to let circumstance dictate their strength. Because adaptability is power. It's the ability to bend without breaking, to evolve without losing focus, to keep moving forward even when the road changes beneath your feet. And that kind of mindset doesn't just build better mornings, it builds better lives. It creates leaders, builders, fighters, people who don't wait for ideal conditions to begin again. They start now as they are with what they have. So ask yourself, what will you do when life tests you? Will you let disruption stop you, or will you use it to strengthen you? Will you treat setbacks as reasons to quit or as opportunities to grow? Because this is your chance to prove that you are not ruled by convenience, you are ruled by purpose, by vision, by the quiet, unshakable knowledge that you were meant for more than drifting through life waiting for motivation to strike. You are building something real, something lasting, and no amount of unpredictability can take that away from you as long as you refuse to let it. Stay focused, stay present. Because what comes next will push you even further toward the version of yourself that you've always believed in but haven't fully become yet. You've built something extraordinary. You've woken with purpose. You've moved your body, controlled your breath, grounded yourself in gratitude, and clarified your vision. You've written your truth, protected your peace, fed your mind, planned your day, spoken affirmations, nourished your body, reflected on your values, created ritual, eliminated distraction, committed to consistency, celebrated progress, shared your journey, tracked your habits, and adapted when life tested you. And now, as you stand at the edge of full transformation, there is one final truth that will carry you forward. You are not just building better mornings. You are becoming someone worth becoming. This is not about productivity hacks or quick fixes. This is about identity, about the person you are shaping yourself into before the world gets its chance to shape you instead. Every habit you've built, every choice you've made, every second you've invested in yourself has added up, not just in results, but in who you are becoming beneath the surface. Because discipline doesn't just change your schedule, it changes your mindset. Clarity doesn't just improve your morning, it improves your entire life. And strength doesn't just show up in your workouts, it shows up in how you speak, how you lead, how you fight for what matters most. Because here's the deeper truth. Success is not something you achieve, it's something you become. It's not a destination, it's a daily decision, a way of showing up for yourself even when no one else is watching. And you right now have made that decision again and again. You have proven that you are not ruled by impulse, that you do not wait for motivation to strike, that you do not drift through life hoping for change. You create it one powerful morning at a time. And that kind of power, that kind of courage, that kind of self-respect, it does not fade, it compounds. It grows stronger with every sunrise, with every deep breath, with every step you take toward the life you were meant to live. So don't underestimate what you've done here. Don't dismiss it as just another routine. You have built a foundation that most people only dream of. You have taken control of your energy, your emotions, your direction. You have reclaimed your mornings and, with them, your future. And once you hold on to that power, nothing can take it from you. Because this is not just about waking up early. It's about waking up to who you really are. It's about remembering that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are strong enough to build the life you want and disciplined enough to maintain it. And every single morning, you get to choose again, to rise, to lead, to grow, to become so close this chapter, knowing that you are not finished, you are becoming, and the best version of yourself is waiting, not in some distant future, but in every choice you make from this moment forward. Stay focused, stay present, because your greatest days are not behind you, they are ahead, and they begin tomorrow with the way you choose to wake up.